y'all doing well? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me again. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are new here, then welcome. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you will always be the first to know what I'm posting, what I'm talking about, what I'm going to be doing, whatever it is, you will be the first to know. So welcome, and let's jump right in. So in my last video, as you know, we are talking about different seasons of our lives. And in the last video, I talked about how I feel like God is doing a renewal or renewing in this new season for me. And I shared it because I felt like, okay, maybe somebody else may be feeling the same way. So go check out the last video. We're talking about renewal, the renewal season, and what God is doing. He's restoring, he's bringing things back. As if, after the interruption, he's bringing it all back and he's restoring you, and he's going to do some good things after that pause. So go check out that last video. Now, in this video, we are talking about seasons of motherhood. It's seasons to this thing, and specifically postpartum. Now, I'll probably get into just motherhood, period, but postpartum, because that's what I just came out of. And the reason I say it's seasons to this postpartum, because we have to understand the season that we're in once we deliver this baby. And we need to be realistic about the seasons that we're in once we deliver the baby. It's a lot going on. We will have carried that baby for 9 months. Our body will have gone through so much. Our mind will have gone through so much. We will have gone through so much emotionally for 9 straight months, And we have got to be realistic and understand the season that we're in, the time that we're in once we deliver that baby. So first, we're going to talk about our body. Once again, it went through a lot. Now, my first delivery with Ava, it wasn't as traumatic. It was smooth sailing. She popped right out. KJ, not so much. He did not like the epidural. It allowed his heart rate to keep going down every time they gave it to him. Not the epidural, I'm sorry, the Pitocin. He didn't like it. So whenever they gave me some Pitocin, then his heart rate would drop in, and they'll be flipping me all over the table. Mind you, we got this gown on with the whole back out. So behind, all in the air, all these people in the room flipping you. And at that point, you're just like, whatever, just do what you gotta do. Like, I don't know, you, and you see all of me. But it was delivering KJ was something else. And I was so over it. I was in labor all day. So fast forward. By the time I delivered him, I boo-hooed on the table. Like, I boo-hooed. And it was because it was just a lot. I was happy he was there. Pushing him out was extremely hard. I was happy he was there. I was happy it was over with. So it was just a lot that I went through mentally. I was already going through a lot as far as like transition. Our family was in the midst of moving. We were still staying with my parents at the time. And so I went through a lot in my body and mentally. So once I delivered KJ, as much as I wanted to jump back to Jessica, I had to understand that I needed time to heal in my body, in my mind, and emotionally. And I needed to get some stuff together with Jesus, because I was looking like, Jesus, this was a lot. It was truly a lot. And I just really needed some time to heal. And of course, we all still have those moments of, I want to get back to me. I want to feel like me. And I had those moments. Honestly, I had those moments. But I feel like whenever we try to rush the process, it makes it worse, because we try to rush it and then it doesn't turn out how we wanted it to turn out. And then we're back into some type of depression because I'm defeated. I'm the worst thing ever. No, you just tried to rush it. You tried to do all this stuff before time, instead of just allowing yourself that time to heal in all areas. So that's first. We need to heal in our bodies. We have to understand the timing of everything. It takes time for all of this to come back to where it's supposed to be. So yes, keep in mind, 9 months. You ain't finna snap back in 2. It's just not going to happen. You need to understand the time and the season, which I had to do. Now it was some trial and error, but we made it through. We made it through. Okay, so next, business. I love being in business for myself. I love being an entrepreneur. I love catering to my clients. I love that aspect of my life. But as bad as I wanted to hurry up and get back to all of that and, just what do you need? How can I help you? All of that great stuff, which is a part of me, I had to put that on pause for a second. And I'd worked so hard. I would try to squeeze it in and it just would not work. And I will always hear God telling me, rest, rest, rest. And I'm looking like, well, what does that look like for me? Like, I'm not being productive. What does that look like for me? And that is a trick of the enemy because you are being productive. You are allowing yourself time to heal. You know what I'm saying? This busyness spirit, that's a trick. And we fall for it every time, me included. God has to tell me to rest multiple times. And I feel like I'm just not really getting into it, but as a mom, we fall into that busyness trap. As a mom and an entrepreneur, we fall into that, I gotta be doing this, I gotta be doing that. We fall into that. And that is a trick of the enemy because God wants us to be well. He wants the best for us. He wants us to rest. And when we are rested, we fully hear him and we're able to hear get wisdom from him. We're able to, just get instruction. We're able to hear words of love from him. We are able to feel the comfort from him. And when we don't allow our mind and our bodies to rest, then a lot of that stuff that he wants to give us, we can't receive it because we're doing too much. How would you receive if you study here and there? Like, no, to receive, you have to sit and here I am, Lord, And that's something I really had to understand in my postpartum months. Like, no, Jessica, as much as you want to jump back and be mompreneur and run this business, you cannot. And honestly, I had to make myself okay with the thought of, what if, God, you don't allow me to start this business back up? What does my life look like? Am I just mom? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to wrap my mind around that, and he had to heal me in that aspect as well. He had to let me know, like, and assure me, like, okay, if momming is what I got you doing, that's your job. You know what I mean? In this season, that is your job. You take care of this baby, you take care of Ava, you take care of your husband and your home. In this season, that is your job. All this other stuff that you're trying to do for Jesslyn and Co. and whatnot, that is on pause. And it could be ended. And I need you to be okay with that because I am your source. So I had to be okay in learning to rest and learning to rest for however long he wanted me to rest. I had to be okay with pausing or ending Jesslyn and Co. And without being distraught or in turmoil, I needed to trust his word, trust him, and knowing that Jessica is okay if he cuts this off. You know what I mean? I had to be okay if, he's saying, okay, this is not going to happen anymore. That part of your life is over with. I need you to just be okay in resting in me. So that was my season of business, or, that I had to understand as far as business, like certain things that we're so used to doing. Sometimes God may be like, that's it. That was just for that part. We are not carrying this on over here. And I need you to be at peace about it. I need you to be at peace in just strictly ending that. If I wanted to end it, I need you to be at peace with it. And that was that season for me as far as business. So if you are in business, or if you're a mompreneur, and you are postpartum right now, I need you to be at peace with God saying pause or end. I need you to be at peace with God saying, this baby, you're home, whatever He has you doing outside of business, taking care of family, I need you to learn how to be okay and at peace with saying, okay, God, this is where you have me now. This is what we're doing now. And I'm okay with it. You are my source. You are going to take care of me. I know I enjoy this. I know it brings in income, but God, you are my source. You will take care of me. And that's what I had to learn during that season of postpartum, is when it comes down to business. So I'll talk to you about where I'm at in that now, after this next point. So we talked about our body, we talked about business. Now let's talk about friends. Okay, so baby, mommy, in this season, we can't really go out like that. I wanted to be able to just hop up and go. Even now, some of this stuff is not just, it's postpartum, but it's for however long God really wants you to be in this season. But specifically after having a baby and moving on, as they get older or whatever, God will, prolong some seasons for you and He'll shorten some. Now, I'm a mommy of 2 now. Ava is 4. KJ is 7 months. Oh my God. He's about to be 8 months in a few days. And I cannot just get up and go, with my friends like I want to. I really do. I really want to. And at one point I felt bad about it because I wanted to just get up and go. My friend be like, hey, you want to go grab some food? Yeah, I do, but I can't right now. Husband's at work, parents at work, everybody else got something else to do. I can't just, right now I got my kids, and I know a lot of people saying, well, why you couldn't just take your kids with you? How many girl trips or how many, girlfriend, meetups do you want to take your kids to? Not all of them, and I'm just not in that season where I can get up and go, and that's okay. Now, every once in a while, yes, that's fine. But sometimes you're going to have to say no. You know what I mean? It's completely fine. We're not just saying, oh, that's never going to happen. You're never going to be able to hang out with your friends or anything. No, we're not. I'm not saying that. But I am saying sometimes you won't be able to. And you have to be okay with that. And that's just the season that you're in. Right now, your kids and your husband is your friends. They are your friends. But that's where I am. Yeah, that's where I am in my life. I want to hang out. And from time to time I do. Don't get it twisted. I do. I have a life outside of these people. But sometimes I have to say no. But when you understand your role as a mom and as a Proverbs 31 woman, like when you understand the demand that God has placed on your life, the standard that He's placed on your life, it's a few things you're going to have to say no to in this season. And as I'm talking, it doesn't even have to be postpartum now. The postpartum was for me. But in life in general, there are times God may tell you as an entrepreneur, pause this or end this. For your body, take time to heal. For your friends, say no sometimes. It's just it comes with the walk. It's not a horrible thing. He's teaching you some things about yourself. He's teaching you some things about Him, just letting you know that He'll sustain you wherever you go, in any part and phase of your life. He'll be there for you. He'll be your source, and He will keep you during those times. But in the season of motherhood, and I said specifically for postpartum, but period, in the season of motherhood, there are some times that we are just going to have to just be a mommy, and that's it. And be okay with it. And it's a wonderful thing. Don't get it twisted. Like, I love my friends, but I love my babies too. You know, I love being a mom. I feel like it's such an honor to be able to be home to take care of them. A lot of moms not able to do this. Some people have to work outside of the home, but thank God he's allowed me to be inside of the home and take care of my babies, take care of the home, and make sure that my husband has a peaceful atmosphere. My kids has a peaceful atmosphere to live in. And he's gifted me with the ability to do that for them. But I feel like I wouldn't be so successful in allowing this atmosphere or making this atmosphere a peaceful atmosphere, a happy atmosphere, a clean atmosphere. Just, I feel like I wouldn't be so successful in that if I didn't take the time to understand the season that I'm in. You know, I'm not dissing anybody, you know, I'm not dissing friends and anything, but no, I understand where I am in this walk of life for me. And it's different for everybody. So you be the judge of where you are and how things are going for your life and the people around you and the time that you have. But for me, and for some of us out there that can understand where I'm coming from, is a little different. It's okay. But yes, mommies, understand the season that you're in. Understand the timing of your life on when to say yes, when to say no, when to rest, when to get up and go, when to pause, and when to end. It is definitely seasons to this thing of motherhood, because, you know, we as mommies, we want to be successful in this, and we want our families to know, hey, I love you and I'm doing my best, as well as for ourselves, the healing part for ourselves. We have got to really make sure, if we're going to take care of everybody else, we have got to take care of us first. So please, mommies, take time to heal. You know, take that time to rest. If you feel like God is saying rest, pause, end, say no. You know, it's okay. He has your best interest at heart, and it's for a reason. It's not to harm you, but it's to better you. It's to make you better in the long run. It's to benefit you in the future. So yes, that is my tidbit on seasons of motherhood and postpartum for me. And I really hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, let me know. Let's talk in the comments. I want to know what some of these seasons look like for you. What season you're in. Is God telling you to pause? Is he telling you to end something? Is he telling you to rest? Have you had to say no to your friends lately? How is that looking for you? I've had to say no to a Puerto Rico trip, and it hurt me. It really did, but I do understand what God is doing in my life right now, so it's okay.